Oh man, welcome to the Ray and Everything show where we talk about Ray and everything. Oh man, this morning, I want to talk about a couple issues. I'm particularly going to talk about the election and what I see going on and what's just got a couple of different thoughts. So it's 2024 and we're in an election season and we have Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. And some of the craziest propaganda is already starting. It's crazy because it's like, the propaganda spreads and it's a machine and people are kind of giving their opinions about what they think is best. I don't know, based on their frame of reference. And so I'm going to give mine. Okay. Now, in regards to Donald Trump, where do I start? I'm not a Trump supporter because I'm not going to support a con man. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to support a con man. I'm not going to support someone who wants to be a dictator because he sees an open lane to be a dictator. So, and it's just as clear as that. And I'm definitely not going to support this. I mean, this guy has a long history of saying crazy things and just doing crazy things. Great entertainer. Don't get me wrong. Very good entertainer. But president, nah, I can't. Especially after the 4 years and he told people to drink bleach. That tells me that man will tell you anything to get him out of his face. He's an entertainer. And usually entertainers are like that. They're regular people. So I'll say that about Donald Trump. Now, Kamala Harris. Pretty sure I'm not. I don't know if I'm saying it right, getting it correct or not. She's a attorney. She was an attorney. She's climbed up that law ladder, corporate ladder, and made it to the Senate. And then, made it to be vice president, and now she's running for president now. As of recent, I've seen some, serious speeches out of her, about where I think, what direction I think she wants to try to take the country. The thing is, she's getting out to really showing herself to who she really is. And she's a serious woman. I don't regard any human as good. So whether I leave good, I don't that's not how I judge things. But I recognize that she's a serious woman. And I recognize that she's gonna try to do her best to do what she believes should be happening in this country. I'm always going to choose a serious person over a goofball when it comes to serious issues. And we have some very serious pressing issues at stake. Now, with that, and I'll speak to the issues on another video. I'm not going to speak to the issues today. I'm just going to speak to what's going on in America and in our little sub communities. So, and I'm black, of course, and in our little sub communities, the first you get questioned about you being black. So there's that. Then, because she's not just black, people want to be, she's more Indian than black, whatever. Then you're getting what is she gonna do we need an agenda for just our people, and what is she gonna do for just our people? Now, I think she'll be something like the 47th president if she became president, but 46 of them didn't have a black agenda. So I find it to be just a little crazy and disingenuous to say, oh, you need to have you need to have this black agenda. In my opinion, she needs to have a poor people's agenda. And a lot of that, there's a very serious set of intersectionality with being poor and being black. And a middle class agenda. And a rich people's agenda. That's it. That's what this nation is made up of. Poor people, people who are in the middle class, and rich people. If you cover those three agendas, then you'll cover the black agenda. Because honestly, what really is the black agenda? We all don't agree on what we want or what we need or where we should be going. But if you have a class agenda, you said, you know what? We want to pay teachers more to make sure kids are being educated. We want to start a federal jobs program or have an initiative for companies to hire for good jobs and retrain people in this nation. We want to rebuild this nation with roads and bridges and expand the internet out to places where it's not. We want to upgrade and have some form of high-speed rail. It's really all about ideas. And where we can all come to a consensus, where the companies can come in and have a consensus, and the managers come in and have a consensus, and the actual workers come in and we all have some consensus, but our lives get better. Because what people inherently want to do is make their lives better so they can have some type of comfortability before they pass away. It's as simple as that. Now, when you have people telling you, some president is not going to help you, but yet they're enjoying a tax cut from a president, then you got to understand that they have an agenda. And really, honestly, like, let's be honest. There are all kind of issues on the table in regards to war and peace, in regards to living and housing, in regards to food safety. Anyone who is not talking to you about food safety or environmental safety is not serious. You should not be listening to these people. Anyone, if you're talking to someone and you work every day and they own a business and they're running around doing drugs all day and they just have money coming in from entertaining others, no. Entertainers are a very small part of the population. They should not be the end-all be-all of what we think about these pressing issues. We have to get serious. And that means we have to listen to serious people. And I'm sorry, entertainers, for the most part, are not serious people. I respect what they do. I respect the fact that they entertain, but that's it. That is it. I respect them as human beings, but no, on the pressing issues for our kids, we should not be listening to entertainers. These people are all over the place. Now, in regards to protesting or saying, oh, well, you're not going to vote for Kamala Harris, fine, don't. But one person is telling you, he's telling you, the other guy, the alternative is telling you, I want doomsday. This nation is going to be, I want doomsday for this nation. He's never worked a day in his life. I'm going to support somebody who's never worked a day in their life? He can't relate. There's no way he can relate to what I might be going through. This person's never ironed his clothes. This person doesn't know what an iron is. This person never washed his clothes. Just regular stuff, just regular things. You didn't iron your clothes? You didn't wash your clothes? This person doesn't know how to separate whites from colors when he's washing his clothes? This person's never cooked a meal before. You're going to vote? You're going to support someone who's never cooked a meal, who's never ironed their clothes? That means he can't relate to you on regular, everyday things. And then what they do is they stick a wedge issue in for you to think, to tell you to care about transgender or. And let me just refer to this one person. So I watched an interview. This is a clip of an interview with Killer Mike, and on this Joe Budden podcast. I really shouldn't even be watching it. Anyway, I'm just gonna speak about it just a little. Killer Mike enjoys a tax cut from the Republican Party. He enjoys a tax cut from them. I'm not saying that sways his agenda, because I don't really know. But what I would say is this. Killer Mike does entertainment. Killer Mike owns a business. It doesn't hurt him at all if the Republicans get in power. Not at all. But for people who work 40-hour work weeks or work multiple jobs, it's going to hurt you. It's absolutely going to hurt you. And for him to say, oh, we shouldn't be thinking about presidential elections, or we shouldn't be voting, or we shouldn't just care about, or we shouldn't care about the presidential election, or things of that nature, because Trump won't get all of what he wants. Okay, the Republicans are in the House of Representatives now. They are a majority in the House of Representatives. And problems are not being solved. The very function of government is to solve problems that you and I can't solve on our own. Not solving a problem is a problem. Not addressing a problem is a problem. Further pushing problems down the road is a problem. So it's not the point of he's not going to be able to get everything he wants. It's the point of he's not going to solve the issues that need to be solved because he doesn't care about the issues. He has no knowledge about the issues that need to be solved. He's not going to solve these issues. What he's going to do is try to BS his way through these issues and only worry about him. He talks about him. Him. Meanwhile, you can't pay for college for your kid. Healthcare is ridiculously expensive. You can't get the kind of healthcare you're going to need when you get sick or when I get sick. People, please. It's about problem solving. It's about conflict mitigation sometimes. I'm not saying Kamala Harris is the greatest ever. I don't know what she's going to be. But what I'm saying is in my opinion, and I don't know if anybody's gonna agree, but you got a better chance of solving some of these problems if Kamala was in office. Got a better chance, as opposed to this rich guy who's always been around rich people, who hasn't had to really suffer the consequences like you and I for irresponsible behavior. He's been partying his whole life. And you think he's going to deal with the pressing issues that we have today? Give me a break. Ran everything.